Hey everyone, welcome to Holistic Lifestyle Tips, Getting Real About the Woo Woo. I'm Becky Russell, owner of wellness company Hope Essential, and I am a holistic lifestyle educator. And what that means is I believe in treating the body, the entire body, from the inside out, and that includes your mind, body, and soul, and not just treating symptoms. And one of the things that really helps with wellness is limiting the amount of chemicals you put on and in your body. And when I discovered doTERRA essential oils, they were a perfect fit for this lifestyle because they are all natural and make it super easy to limit the chemicals. And I just love educating about them and other holistic modalities. I've been doing this for over 25 years, taking that approach to wellness. It's a proactive approach versus reactive. And I just want to share my journey with others. And tonight is week 24. And we're going to talk about something so close to my heart, and that is traditions. I alternate between physical, spiritual, and emotional wellness. And tonight, traditions to me cover both emotional and spiritual wellness. So, with Christmas just a week away, I just thought it'd be fun to talk about traditions. So let's just start with a actual definition. You may already know what it means, but let's just see what the actual definition is. Tradition contributes a sense of comfort and belonging. It brings families together and enables people to reconnect with friends. So since connectedness is my number one strength, it's no wonder tradition is super important to me. I'm very sentimental. And I just wanted to maybe go over top five reasons traditions are important. And I also want to stress family does not have to mean traditional family. Family can mean church family. It can mean your neighborhood family. It's that sense of community you have with a group of people. So, for instance, my best friend, Paula, is so close to me. I consider her another sister. So it does not have to be a blood relative, or by marriage. It can be that sense of community with a group. So top five reasons traditions are important. Family, however you define that, is the most important part of a person's life. We are not created to be alone. And I try to create a sense of family anywhere I go, which now makes sense now that I know what my top strength is. Uh, we used to have a birthday tradition in my home growing up, and the birthday guy or gal got to choose the dinner, what meal, and then they also got to choose what kind of cake. And my cake was usually a angel food cake with some sort of strawberry cream inside, or pineapple upside down cake. I love both of those. And my favorite meal was typically beef and noodles and mashed potatoes. And of course, I don't eat much of any of that anymore. But growing up, that was the thing. And for Easter, a tradition in my family with my kids was the Easter Bunny hid the Easter baskets. And so it wasn't just eggs that were hidden, it was at the actual basket. So that led to some fun memories. And so memories are one of the reasons traditions are important. They last a lifetime, and they come up every time you're all together. And it just makes you feel good. And it's good-natured teasing. And it's just something we can pass down from generation to generation. And also, traditions are something to look forward to. So one of my very favorite traditions that my father-in-law started, this man was one of a kind, and he was the one that wrote the letters to us. They were in Ohio, we were in Texas. And his son and myself have December birthdays just a day apart. So he would make homemade cards for us. And I can't imagine how much time this took, but he would cut out the words and he would make them do double duty because he was very frugal. So he would have Christmas on one side and then birthday on another. So this is Christmas, and that included all of us. And then the birthday was my husband and I. And they're just precious. And he'd even make the little stands so they would stand up sometimes. We just looked forward to these every year, and I hope and pray my kids treasure these as much as I do. Um, and they varied in size. This is huge. Oh, that's one stuck on there. So this is a tiny one, and this is a big one. They're always doing double duty. Just love it, love it. And I kidded my husband that he had to keep it up once his dad was gone, and of course that didn't happen. But what a beautiful tradition. Maybe somewhere down the line, someone will. So something to look forward to. And then traditions make families closer, and it helps you remember what is truly important. I don't remember the gifts I got at Christmas from my in-laws, but these I will never forget. It just, when it's from the heart like that, it just really means a lot. The traditions bridge a gap between generations. So unfortunately, because of bad genes and choices and so forth, there are not many older people left in my family. There's one aunt older than me, and then me. So my kids never got to know my great-grandmother, who went by Mom Helen. She was just a mom to everyone. And she was the matriarch, and she was an amazing baker. And so her pumpkin pie recipe is what I make every Thanksgiving. And I still make the homemade crust, which I think is her recipe as well. I can't swear to that, but I think it is. And so even though my kids never knew her, they know of her because they know how important she was to me and our family. And so we have that sense of generations, carrying on. And then there's a sense of identity because no one else has those memories. So it's really fun to be together and reminisce like that. They define who you are as an individual and as a whole. And I just want to share one of our traditions when the kids were growing up. Excuse me. Every Christmas Eve, they got to choose to read. And this was one choice. It was the night before Christmas. It's a pop-up book, and it's just gorgeous. And we would light a fire, and the kids would take turns reading. So one would read the night before Christmas with the pop-up book. We usually had hot chocolate, I think, too. And then the other person, the other child, would read from this newspaper. Now, I have since had it framed. It was not framed when they were little. And it appeared in the Dallas Morning News a long, long time ago. And it's called The Lights on the Christmas Tree. Here's a Christmas Eve story to share with your children or enjoy yourself. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It's real short. It's real cute. Once the Christmas tree lights were not lights at all. Instead, they were the colors in the rainbow. Just a perfectly good rainbow, the kind you see in the sky after a rain. When Santa Claus made the very first Christmas tree, it was easy to see that he needed something extra for decorations. Because all the decorations he had were white, you see he lived in the North Pole, as he does now. After he had powdered the tree with snow and hung icicles all over it, and tied snowballs on the ends of the branches, he looked at it and said, "No, it's pretty, but it ought to have some color on it. It needs red and green and blue and gold." "Oh, Santa Claus," said the little white bear, "let's put a rainbow on it." That's just what it needs, Santa Claus agreed. I'll send the biggest white bear to get one. Oh, said the littlest white bear. He was so disappointed that the tears came to his eyes. I was the one who thought of the rainbow. I think you might let me find it. All right then, Santa Claus said kindly, but you must be very careful. Rainbows are easy to break, you know, and really you are the clumsiest, funny little bear. Oh, I will be careful, promised the littlest bear, and he ran and ran on his fat little legs till he found the most beautiful rainbow. Then he packed it and hung it over his back and went home to Santa Claus, walking very carefully. He walked safely past the snowfields and safely past icebergs and safely past the slippery slides. And at last he came to Santa Claus's steps and saw Santa Claus in the doorway waiting for him. Hurrah! He laughed, waving his little front paws in triumph. Here it is. And just then, both his back feet slipped and boom! He fell on his back and the rainbow was broken into 1,000 pieces. Don't cry, said Santa Claus, hurrying down the steps. You aren't hurt. No, but the rainbow is, sobbed the littlest white bear. And I tried so hard to be careful. Never you mind, Santa Claus patted him gently. We'll put the pieces of the rainbow on the tree. So they picked up the blue piece and put it here, and they picked up a red piece and put it there, and the Christmas tree was prettier than if the rainbow had been all together. Oh, said the littlest white bear, I'm glad I fell down. And that's why, ever since then, we have used beautiful rainbow-colored lights on the Christmas tree. I just think that's a beautiful story. So I would love to hear what some of your traditions are, whether they're Christmas or not, and comment below. And also be sure and check out my website, Hope Essential, and hopeessential.com. And for more holistic tips, I also have a YouTube channel now with all of these videos on the channel, so you can catch up if you've missed any. So I will be here next Wednesday and wish you a Merry Christmas then. But I am just so excited for the holidays. Christmas is one of my very favorite holidays. And I hope you pace yourself as you get ready. And until next time, choose you, choose natural, choose now.